Alright, what's up guys? Only been a few days since I last uploaded because I'm trying to get some more content out there. And today I'm gonna be showing you guys kind of an idea, a concept I have for a fish farm. The reason I haven't put it into practice yet is because this requires like the cooperation, coordination of multiple people. But I'm just gonna be explaining to you guys how the farm works and sort of what the benefits of it are, and also show you guys like my setup of it. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so we're in MS Paint right now, and that's so that I can kind of draw a diagram out and explain kind of what the process of this farm is and how it works and yada yada yada, just explain how it works. So the goal of this farm is to catch as many Halloween fish as possible so we could sell them for Pelly, because Pelly is worth quite a bit now, I've done a lot of trades with Pelly in the last, during the update. A lot of the items I wanted to get, I got with Pelly instead of grinding because the grinding just takes too fucking long and then it's RNG based and that shit is gonna take me like a billion fucking years. Like Swordfish Rapier, right? I traded some Pelly for Swordfish, and then like the Res Ballhead, I traded that for like a million Pelly. And yeah, that's just like how I think the no, 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 I think it's just the fastest way to get the items you want. So, the general premise of this build is that you're going to have one person, okay, who owns a private server and is in the GPO Discord. So that person is going to, so the person is represented by this here black dot. We're going to call this person here Timmy, okay? So Timmy here owns a private server and he's also in the GPO Discord server. So he's going to send out a message in the Discord in like, like the raid invites channel, where the hell it is, and be like, hey, join up for Fish Farm or whatever, right? So then, more people are going to join up into Timmy's server. Okay, so for this example, I'm just going to draw nine people. So three, that's nine people, right? So nine more people join Timmy's private server. Oh yeah, by the way, they're all going to join the trade hub because you're going to be fishing in the trade hub because and that's very important. I'll explain to you why later. So there's a grand total of 10 of them all in the server, yeah? So what they're gonna do now is they're just gonna fish until each of them catches um, one, rare fish each. Okay, so they all have one rare fish. And now because they're in the trade hub, what they can do is they can all send a trade to Timmy where they all trade him one rare fish. So there's 10 of them total, 10 rare fish now all sent to one person. And using that 10 rare fish, Timmy is going to craft himself up a lucky brew potion. The thing that buffs your drop rates, right? Increases luck you have while fishing. And what this does is that it enables you to catch, where is the fill tool? No, it doesn't matter. It enables you to catch even more rare fish. So now, everybody is going to fish, within the green circle of the Lucky Brew potion. I think they're, be able to catch maybe nine or so fish each, right? Some of those fish are going to be a Halloween fish. Some people are going to catch more than others or whatever. But, one thing that's like unique among all of them is that they are all guaranteed to also catch at least like one regular rare fish, right? So what they do is they keep the Halloween fish or any other fish that's like not a regular rare fish, and they all send one rare fish back to Timmy. And so this lets Timmy make another Lucky Brew potion. And so, the cycle repeats itself, right? So you just fish in the Lucky Brew zone, and then you keep all the fish that you want to sell, which is Halloween fish. You send one rare fish back to the guy who owns a private server, or just one person in general. And then this it's an infinite cycle of Lucky Brew potions, so infinitely boosted rates. And then everybody makes profit, which is how the general premise of the farm works. So now I'm just going to show you guys the setup I use, like my fishing rod and my title, and I'm also going to show you guys I explain the testing I did to kind of determine how profitable this method kind of could be. So yeah, let's move on to that part next. Okay, so for my setup of this build, I am using the Master Fisherman title, which gives 1.25x chance to catch fish. I'm using this one because I don't have the next one, the Godly Fisherman title, which doubles the chance of rare fish. And the reason I'm focusing on rare fish specifically is because the Halloween fish we want to be catching, which is going to be skeletal sharks and candy corn squid, are in the rare category. So I want to optimize that. Skilled fisherman hasn't really been that beneficial for me. Maybe you catch like one extra fish, but I found that this is more effective. And then I'm using the where is it? The Jacko rod because it buffs the chance to catch Halloween fish, and that's what we want. I don't have the banana rod, and so I haven't used that. If you end up getting better results with the banana rod, then you can just keep on using that. This is just my setup because it's what I have. And then so to test out how many rare fish you can get with this method, as an example, it is RNG based, so it will always differ. But to get kind of like a rough estimate or an average, what I did was I crafted 30 rare bait, because that's the bait that I'm focusing on using with this method, and then I used all of it up while fishing in Lucky Brew-ish waters. And then I'm just going to show you guys the results of that, and we'll move on from there. So yeah, let's move on to the actual testing process. And then once you've finished fishing, all of you have finished fishing, what you're going to do is you're just going to leave and rejoin public servers, or if you have a private server, you can just keep, like leaving and rejoining it until you get, what is it? A good fish buyer price, because the fish buyer prices, they change. So you're just going to want to leave and rejoin until you get the buyer taking a price of like over 14,000 for each of them. I mean, it doesn't have to be like both of them at the same time, because you can just leave until you find a server where he sells the candy corn for like 14,000, and you leave and rejoin until you find one that resells the sharks for like 14,000. I think the highest I've ever seen a fish go for is 14,991, and that was for the candy corns. They usually tend to be a little bit lower, but in general, you want to shoot for above the 14,000 for the selling of your fish. All right, yeah, that's it for this video. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Happy fishing. Yeah.